Is there a microphone? Oh, there it is. Perfecto. All right, there'll be a line formed. If you want to ask questions, you can walk up to the microphone right over there, and we will take your questions. And we're, again, cool with anything. If you can ask any question you want, even if it doesn't pertain to YouTube, because we're laid back like that. So let's go ahead and do introductions. So this is Paleosteno.
Hi.
He has been doing YouTube for how long now?
Well, I had my first channel back in like 2006.
Good Lord.
Yeah, but then like I just uploaded like stupid stuff to it. Like
You still do?
Like, no, that's my old channel. My old channel.
Your old channel?
Yeah, my old channel that was not Paleosteno.
What was it called?
It was called Paleo Orca.
Paleo Orca.
Yeah.
That's a better name.
Yeah, and then I had another channel, Paleosteno, where I started my pony stuff. And then now I have another channel, which is also called Paleosteno, but because
so the Paleo sticking.
Yeah.
The next one will be Paleo Lobster.
Because this one I've had the most. I've had it since 2011.
What kind of content do you make?
I make like movie reviews and stuff about animation. So
cool.
Yeah.
Very good. I am Saberspark. Thank you very much. I do reviews of like animated stuff, video essays as well, quirky, weird things that are from like just really bad animated movies to strange animated movies.
Did anybody see the Riffing is Magic panel last? Yes, sir.
Be strong. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff he reviews.
Yeah, just the bottom of the barrel, lost trash, stuff like that, because it's fun to suffer together. Furry movies. You said it. I got one. Do you know? Okay, Sheep and Wolves. Do you all know about that movie? They made a sequel. Yeah, Sheep and Wolves, The Pig Deal. So, of course, I'm going to review it.
You know what else they made a sequel to?
What? Star Wars.
No. North of the North 3.
No, they made like 3 sequels.
Yeah.
North of the North.
So yeah, because me and Saber did a review of the second one, and now the third one came out. So yeah, funny. I guess I got to review that.
We were watching it, and there's so North of the North. Are you all familiar with that at all? North of the North. It's a talking Rob Schneider polar bear that goes to New York. That's the movie.
Yeah, and they couldn't get Rob Schneider back for the sequel.
That's how you know it's bad, when Rob Schneider's like, I'm gonna pass on this one. That is a bad sign. So I bring this up though because are you guys familiar with the character called Snips from My Little Pony? So in North of the North, there's this kung fu Fu Manchu looking rabbit, which is, I don't know, I'm still kind of like, the jury's out on this one, where I'm like, was that racist or not?
It was so weird.
It was pretty offensive how they portrayed the Asian rabbit, but Lee Tokar, the voice of Snips, was the voice of the rabbits. Because at first we were watching, we're like, that voice is familiar. Pause the movie, IMDb. Lee Tokar.
Yeah, of course.
So, all right, so do you all want to start asking some questions then? All right, come up to the microphone.
I didn't introduce myself.
Well, Who are you?
I'm literally showing people how to YouTube up here.
He's doing it right now, in person, live.
Yeah, but I'll get out of the way. I'm ACRacebest, guys. I make bronies react and stuff. So again, thank you all for coming out to the YouTube, and I'll let the questions get going.
All right. Fire away.
Okay. What was that wolf and sheep movie you were talking about?
Sheep and Wolves.
Sheep and Wolves. It's like a Russian animated movie. Okay. I forget the name of the studio because I stumbled across it because they have these really super anthro-looking wolves that one of them looks like the girl Blue Fox from Star Fox.
Like Crystal.
There you go. And I'm like, what is this about? And I watched it, and it's basically a village of goats and sheep fighting against a bunch of wolves. And it's kind of okay, but not really. Just so you know, I've been so poisoned by these bad movies that when it's not making my eyes bleed, I'm like, wow, amazing, great movie, fantastic.
Okay, I thought it was going to be something similar to the Alpha and Omega series.
So I'm getting to that eventually. I've been told many times to check out Alpha and Omega. I will. Yep. But kind of in the same wheelhouse, but one's anthro, one's animals.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
My question is, when you do a YouTube channel, how do you know exactly what to put onto the channel in order to kind of appeal at least a good audience, if that makes sense?
It's tough. It's very difficult to, because like I see channels that are like, okay, the flavor of the year right now is Fortnite, so I'm gonna do a Fortnite highlight channel, and that makes sense because people are looking for Fortnite. That's a tag that they're looking for. If it's something that like you personally like let's say you're into, I don't know, puppetry or whatever, that's gonna be a bit different. Now there's definitely an audience out there for it, but compared to something like Fortnite, good luck keeping up with that momentum.
Yeah, but there's also like niche audiences for stuff like that.
Yes, there will always be niche audiences. Also, though, on the flip side, people might be looking for Fortnite, but you're gonna have a lot more competition. So it's ultimately, it comes down to whether you want to copy trends, which I wouldn't hold against somebody, or are you saying, I have a personal passion for something in particular that's not too mainstream but is dear to me, and then take it from there.
Okay, and I have one other question.
Yes.
I know that there are some channels out there that have kind of multiple themes to them. Would you recommend for someone who's starting out on YouTube to do like multiple, like 2 or 3 things, or maybe stick with just one and then eventually branch out?
Again,
find different things that you like, and like whatever sticks, like try to do more of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go too crazy. Like, it's cool to diversify, because I do that too, where I have like video essays and reviews, and even then the reviews, there's like furry movies, bad movies, weird movies. So that's okay to diversify, but once you find something that works, like if you find something that you're really passionate about, then focus on it. That's fine. But at the same time, diversifying your content is also smart. But once you find something that starts pulling in the views, start drilling down into that. If you want to keep up that momentum, that is.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What's the best kind of release schedule that you should start out with?
I think everybody gets a different one, because there are certain people where I expect them to release a video on one day, like with Rebel Taxi, Pan Pizza. He always releases on Tuesday. Saber always releases on Friday, and then one person I watch, Scott the Waz, he also always releases on Sunday. But Sunday, like a lot of times, like YouTubers will say Sunday's not really that great. But
I've read that it sometimes can be amazing.
Yeah, because like Scott the Waz, he is always guaranteed over 500,000 views, because like he has such a dedicated audience.
So it comes down to knowing your audience.
Yeah, because like his schedule, he's like always releases on Sunday.
That's good.
Yeah.
So like, it's once you get an audience, you can start training them. Go, what day do I want to release on? Do I want to release weekly, monthly, yearly? JonTron. Though he's gotten better, but like, and there are other folks. I know the Nostalgia Critic, he uploads, I think, on Wednesdays or something like that. There you go. And then you have other folks like PewDiePie who uploads daily, and then you have some folks who, again, monthly. It also depends on the content, how big their team is. But yes, it's up to you. And other content creators who go, okay, this is what I'm going to aim for. I want a weekly schedule, and I'm going to start uploading consistently on this day. Your audience will pick up on it and start to get used to it and expect it. So, but I'd aim for, if you're starting off early, I've read that like Fridays and Saturdays are good days for it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hello.
I like your Rarity shirt.
Oh, thank
I
you.
really like your Rarity shirt. That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm very much an ideas guy. I have an idea, I can start doing it. What's some good tips that you guys do once that initial hype is then gone and you just want to die?
Oh, you mean weekly?
Besides alcohol.
Well, for me, like I think of working on a Bronies Rect, for example. Not saying that at every stage of a Bronies Rect I want to die, but with it, because of the process, it takes about a month to put everything together, where it's putting out what we're gonna do, collecting footage, putting the footage together, cutting all the footage, and then piecing it all together. Once I get to the end, I've watched everybody's footage like 5 times. But what I've found helps with like anything, if I ever feel like I'm hitting a wall, it still is nice to kind of keep a schedule with it, like have a goal for myself of like, well, I'd like to get this done by here, and that sometimes motivates me. Just that will motivate me to be like, no, I want to finish this. I want to get this done. But also, I mean, you know, if there is something that you just need to step away from, take a break. You know, sometimes, I mean, obviously, like for me, I don't do it full time, YouTube. Like for me, it's more of a hobby. So for me, it's easier to take a break than say like Saber or Paleo, where you guys are putting these things together, and you're like, oh, you got to hit the schedule a little bit harder. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when he said like it helps to recharge. Because if you're constantly working or burn yourself out, and you'll eventually break yourself, and then you're kind of useless at that point. So know your limits, and pull back and recharge. Play some video games, drink water. That's a good hobby.
Play some Minecraft.
What's that?
Play some Minecraft.
Play some Minecraft on dedicated servers. Cool.
All right. Thank you. Stay awesome.
Thank you.
Hello, this isn't really a question as much as it's a recommendation for a movie for Saberspark to review. It's a movie that I remember really long ago that may or may not give you the same vibes as Ollie the Donkey.
Okay, no.
And I don't know if it's really bad, but I kind of thought it was really bad back in the day. Cindy the Fairy Princess.
What's it called?
Cindy the Fairy Princess.
Cindy the Fairy Princess. All right. I'm going to follow up on that one.
Yeah, it's
Cindy the Fairy Princess.
You're in for quite the ride.
Good.
Let me tell you that now.
Cindy the Fairy. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking at
Cindy.
it up.
Okay, we're looking it up.
Oh, it's
Like Sydney or Cindy?
C.
C. Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So we got. Here we go.
If you liked Ollie the Donkey, you're gonna have a field day.
Oh, you
with
mean
this
Barbie?
one. No, it's a different movie.
It looks like a Barbie clone.
Yeah, it's kind of is, but it has the same kind of vibe.
It's like obnoxiously pink.
Yeah.
We'll check it out. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like any of us would get anything that's pink.
Yeah, right. That's for girls. Hi.
What is when running a YouTube channel, what are your biggest worries?
That YouTube will shut it down.
No, it's crazy because like half as a joke, but there are literally days where you'll all of a sudden see a line of emails and just be like, is my channel even still there right now?
YouTube will even be like, don't worry, we haven't killed you all the way yet. Like, they'll actually
We're just stabbing you slowly.
There'll be an email that says, don't worry, you're not in trouble. And it's like, oh, thanks. Like, and that really is true. Like, you have no safety net with YouTube, really. Unless you really, like, diversify. Like, I think it's cool when people break away from YouTube and do Twitch, even though I've heard mixed reviews from that.
Yeah, they're going through some stuff right now.
I was told that there's some people pushing for a Twitch YouTube union. I guess it's bad. I don't know.
What you mean, like together, or like as in a union? For
No, not like combined, but more like a workers' union.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, why are people against
Not
that?
a bunch of capitalists in the audience. No, put the children to work in the coal factory.
And then Disney's gonna buy it.
That was funny.
Yeah, I was so confused.
I was so confused. I'm like, that's a very loud no. Not a union of websites. Yeah, no to that. But
Yeah, because YouTube already has its own streaming
yeah,
thing.
they're copying other folks.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, so what was your question?
What are your worries when running a YouTube channel?
Yeah, definitely like the limits that YouTube imposes, which to be fair isn't really their fault as much as other companies who are like, hey, we're going to sue the heck out of you, YouTube, unless you stop this now. So
Yeah.
you only way. Yep, and that's why and they're playing it safe for their advertisers, keeping it clean. They're trying to keep copyright folks happy. So
Yeah.
I get it.
There's a few that are like vicious about it, and then there's some that are like really chill. Like Disney is surprisingly like
Disney's
chill.
super relaxed.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus things like Viacom or Warner Brothers.
Viacom, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Or Hasbro.
Hasbro, yeah.
Disney almost seems like as long as you don't rip their content verbatim, they're like, well, whatever. We literally earned $1 billion in the last few seconds. We're good. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Almost.
Hello.
Hi there. I have a question for all of you. What is the best advice you can give to someone to keep a team motivated for a big project?
A team motivated for a big project.
Give them cookies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, for me, teams that I've worked with, I've always, first off, and it was actually a really, it was the word I was looking for, but on the Trailblazers panel we had on Thursday, there were a couple of us talking about leadership and kind of, having a team that you're, taking care of and keeping everyone in line. To get a product done, and the word, the best word to go by is respect. If you are disrespecting the team you're working with, if you're not, treating everybody like, like you're all equals.
The people.
Yeah, and you're people. And to keep people motivated to it is to keep them interested. For me with Bronies React, I always try to, again, respect people's schedules. Understand that I'm working with real people with jobs and they don't just have time to just turn on the camera and go. Everyone's working on their own stuff as well. That I always try to keep that, or I always do keep that in mind. And, if I have to move things back a little bit or adjust things here, I do what I can. And yeah, I wouldn't be the one to say and I do a great job, but I've been really blessed with the people I've worked with because they, it's so cool to see, how many people have been coming back and how many people haven't been able to get away.
Oh, yeah, to echo you, know their worth. Make sure you treat them like people. It's tough. It's a tough position, especially if you're in charge. Because you don't want to make them feel like there's a difference between being a slave driver and then being a leader. Make sure you get your hands on the project, not to a controlling point, but enough to give them direction. Pay them if you can. I know a lot of folks are in a position where they can't, and just don't be entitled where it's I can't pay you about doing exposure, because a lot of folks also poo on that. But just as long as you communicate with the people, because you might both be beginners and you can mutually help each other out. Because for me, it wasn't until 2 years ago where I was able to start paying my friends who were helping me, because I have friends who do my audio editing, who do my thumbnails, who edit my videos occasionally, and I make sure to pay them because I'm in a place where I can pay them. But for folks who aren't quite there yet, just communicate. Make sure you communicate. Make sure you don't rip them off. Make sure you treat them with respect, and that it's all mutual. That's good advice, I suppose. If I do say so myself.
Thank you, guys. You're all the best.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. As a fellow YouTuber, I realize there's a lot of demonetizations. So what do you do to avoid those? How do you survive?
You don't. There's this weird rule I've heard, or advice, where they say that if you keep clips of videos below 10 seconds from the sources that you're using, usually the algorithm will pick up on it and go, hey, there's a copyright. Which it varies, because I've had movies where I have to chop up the blocks of footage used and keep it to 10 seconds, which is frustrating. And then some other places or companies are we don't care if you use a minute worth of footage, it's fine. But keep it short and consistent. Transformative. Make sure that you're not just doing commentary. I kind of did with the Let's Watch videos, that's why whenever I get demonetized, I'm I understand, that's fine. But when you're doing reviews, make sure you're doing something that's you, that is transformative and taking it and changing it enough to where it justifies it, versus you just re-uploading something essentially, if it makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, one thing that we sometimes laugh at with it is you can literally have an hour-long video of nothing but original content.
Yeah.
But if you have the 11 seconds of someone else's stuff in there, they now own the whole
if it's
video.
A song.
Yes, especially
try to avoid major labels.
Also, YouTube automatically sides with the people who are filing the claims, which stinks. There are times, because when you say fair use, YouTube's okay, we hear you, but that's a court thing. The companies who send those claims, they should be respecting fair use, but they know that ultimately it's something that you bring to court, which is expensive, and there's a good chance you won't even bother with it. So that's, I know it sounds weird, but like when people are like, yeah, YouTube, where's the fair use? They're like, talk to the companies because we can't do anything about this. We're sorry. I don't like really how YouTube operates, but there are some things where it's not really their fault. It's these vicious companies who are like, nah, where's our money? So yeah, just I want to hate YouTube. Dang it, I want to.
Thank you. And hello.
Hello to you too. Anyway, I'm actually this is my first time attending this kind of convention, and my first time attending this kind of panel.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Well, thank you. And ACRacebest, you over there. I've actually watched a lot of your Brony's React videos.
Gross.
Yeah, sorry that he's in it. Dang you, Saber. But thank you for watching.
Yeah, no problem. I don't know if you noticed, but I actually commented on some of your videos. I got the name tag, Multimark721.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I actually, that's one thing I do is I'll read through the comments. I try. Sometimes there's a lot coming in at once, but I do my best.
Yeah, sometimes I do tend to at least have the same kind of reaction as as most of the YouTubers presented in the animation do. But there is one thing that's kind of pondering me at the moment, like about the effects that each YouTuber displays. Like, is that was that all you, or was that like was that like everyone else in the making of this of the video?
You're talking about like some of the in the Brony's React specifically?
Yes.
So actually, it's a mix. Sometimes like Saber loves doing this, like where you'll edit in clips.
Yeah.
That you're using. Other times I'm doing it. If there's a joke that I'm like, oh, this is it. Like, one of the ones that took me the longest, and I don't know, so this is why sometimes Brony's React takes me so long, is because I'll get the inspiration to edit a 3-second clip, but it's going to take me a day to mask, and I'm like, it's going to be worth it. And one of them was, it was a scene from Mary Poppins, and when everyone was singing Step in Time, and I put Discord faces on every single dancer and had them bouncing with the body. And then I'm like, why'd I do that? But at the same time, I loved how it came out. So I was like, yeah. So it
60
depends.
frames per second.
Yeah, it depends though. Like, some people edit in their stuff. Sometimes I'm doing it. Fireteam Harmony is another one that loves editing and a whole bunch of weird clips too. So.
Well, that explains a lot, and I can actually guess why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just to get a big laugh out of all the audience here.
That's it. That's why we do it, because we love you guys.
Thank you for answering my question, ACRacebest, and I hope to see at least a lot in the season finale.
Oh, for sure. We'll see what comes of it, but thank you for watching, and again, welcome to the convention scene.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hello.
Oh, hello there. Actually, same thing. I'm new to conventions, actually.
Oh.
Actually, the thing is, I came from pretty far away, from Santiago, Chile. No one from Latin America here.
Oh.
From where?
From Chile.
Chile. Okay, nice.
There's actually a number of people.
Chilean.
Yeah, South American.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people there. Of course. Okay, so the question is, well, kind of something that kind of makes me nervous when I try to think about making videos. Is my image as a person, because I've always wanted to do tech YouTube, but I'm always kind of afraid of the fact that I'm already known about like a little bit about ponies and stuff. Like, how can that affect the views of the channel? Like, some people even calls us weird or anything. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Are you saying like the channel's already known for pony, but wanting to branch out?
But I'm like some people might know my face. They might know like might know me for ponies or stuff. Like the question is, like, for example, do you think the fact that you have ponies on the demolition derby stuff and stuff like that, do you think that affects your views? Like,
You know, it's very possible. Whose laptop is that, by the way?
It might.
I'm glad I caught that. I'm gonna move that over there. Did you say Bonnie?
I think it actually might be hers.
Oh well. No. So I want to say that it definitely is likely that it does impact the views. For me, I think the bigger thing that may impact the views of like the low budgets. Anyone who's seen the low budgets out there? All right. That series is, you know, predominantly racing, destruction, cars, where the channel itself has been so focused around cartoons and all that. So it's kind of an interesting mix, but it's just something that, like, for me, I've always enjoyed doing it, and I use it kind of as a cross promotion for the racing channel that I have,
Yes.
Low Budget TV. We're actually now not necessarily like moving the low budgets, but maybe re-sharing the low budgets through Low Budget TV to see like the difference, see where it is. Because I'd say, like, yeah, if someone's looking up a Demolition Derby video but they see Fluttershy in the thumbnail, they might be a little confused exactly. But then at the other end, if somebody has, you know, little to no care maybe on what a Demolition Derby is, but they're in the fandom and they see Fluttershy and go, okay, maybe we can check it out, then I'm introducing the sport to somebody else.
You're actually like gaining an audience.
Exactly. So for me, I'd say yes, there's definitely an impact, but it's an impact that I'm willing to have to help do that cross promotion. So yeah, sometimes you have to see or choose, you know, what you're looking to accomplish.
Okay, so a little twist to the question. This one's more for Paleo, because I've heard you recently had to make another Twitter account, because you followed some people, like shared, for example, not safe for work stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like, how do you think that affects your image as a person? Like, I don't know.
Not really. I mean, like, there's a lot of like different art out there, so I just like to make sure I can share it differently, and separate it. So, yeah.
Okay, so you think nobody really cares if your content is good, anyways?
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for flying. Thanks for flying.
And
out
welcome.
Here.
Yeah, that was a long trip.
Thank
you.
you.
All the way from Chile. Hello.
Hi. Oh,
hi.
Too close. All right. So this isn't pertaining to YouTube in particular, but for a while I've been doing short Instagram and TikTok videos. I've kind of become a little bit addicted to it. And yeah, I know.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so my question was, I'll go through a cycle. You know, I'll make some really good videos that get a lot of views, a lot of likes, and then my next 3 or 4 videos won't get a lot of views. And after that, I put out that first video that doesn't get a lot of views, you know, it hits me a little bit, and it makes a kind of a snowball effect. And, you know, it'll take me a few videos to get back into my rhythm, and I'll kind of go through a cycle of that. So my question was, how do you break out of that cycle?
It's very hard to break out of that.
It comes down to you knowing yourself of what motivates you, because it varies from person to person. Like, whenever I have a video that does not perform well, it lights a fire in me where I'm like, I am going to come back with a vengeance next week. Usually when I have a video that does really well, I get cocky and let my guard down. So it's kind of when it keeps me on my toes. And I have ADD, so I'm already kind of like all over the place with my stuff, where like I make inside jokes that I establish and I completely forget about them. And I'll have my viewers will come and be like, hey, Saber, nut or whatever. And I'm like, oh, what's that from? It's from your video. I'm like, oh, cool. Sweet, I'm funny. But I guess take it on stride. Like, whatever motivates you, if you feel like you need to reassess and take a break and get your head in the game, that's fine. But at the same time, it's kind of like, don't exacerbate, how you say it? Whatever. Don't exhaust yourself with, like if you feel like you need to change something up in the formula, then by all means.
So it's okay to take a break every now and then, say maybe like, you know, chill out for a day, maybe 2.
Go
and
refresh yourself. Yeah.
And plus, like, I know, like, one thing that, when I was approaching YouTube, especially at the beginning, is, you know, I was uploading stuff, and sometimes you can let, like, the views of how things go, like, let it determine how you feel like a video turned out.
Yeah, right.
Where that's not ever really the case. Like, you can have this fart video.
No, that happened to me. No joke. So the last Pixar video I released, did anybody watch my Pixar video I released a few days ago? Cool. Thank you. I worked really hard on that. I spent months working on it with my team. And it got 250,000 views, which, okay, I'm happy to get those views. But I'm like, sweet, I'm hoping for 500,000 or so. Okay, cool. I just farted out a video to buy some time last week with the spider's web video, and that got it's on its way to 400,000 views. I'm like, God dang it! Why did that one do so well? I didn't care about that one. Pixar, this one's substance is talking about history. It's like, no, who cares?
Yeah,
So
a lot
what
of those
happens?
videos you make though are sleepers.
Yeah, I guess so. Which means they'll stick around and get views over time.
Ooh,
So we'll see.
YouTube lingo.
Yeah.
YouTube poops.
It is weird. The stupidest videos will get the most views. It's really weird. But thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Howdy. So I had a question. When you guys get into kind of a burnout, you've worked really hard on a video, or you get into that point. Sorry, did I ask your question?
That was going to be my question.
I'm sorry. No, please. Anyway, when you get burned out, you've worked really hard on video, what do you guys do to motivate yourself to get back into that video? If it's in the middle of a video or in the middle of a large project?
Define what you enjoy. Whatever helps you decompress. Go for a walk. Get away from technology. Just get out there.
Talk to friends.
Talk to friends. You can talk to friends about hey, this is what I'm stuck on. What do y'all think? Whatever helps you decompress. That helps a lot. Because if you're always a robot just constantly working, you will burn yourself out and your work will be affected by it. It's there's a certain point, and there are some exceptions. Again, we're all humans, so we're not all the same. But personally, it's okay, I've hit my limit. My brain's shut off until I go to sleep and wake up tomorrow morning. I won't be ready to start working again. And I'm going to turn myself off from the rest of this content for now and do something else to recharge my batteries.
Right. Another thing, how did you guys settle on your video formats?
You kind of fall into it.
Yeah. They kind of happen on their own. You just start working. And that you can't change it over time, because I have. But it's, cause I think a lot of people panic and they think, who's doing the best job at this? Oh, I'm going to copy their format, and that's okay. But then if you don't do so well with it, you take it hard on yourself. I'm a failure. It's me. The format didn't work. It's you got to work with it. It's taking clay and shaping it and seeing what comes out of it and what you like and what your audience likes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. So we're wrapping this up 10 till, right?
Yeah, so we have 15 minutes.
Cool.
So when making an homage, how would you... So if someone has one style of video and you want to use that style for your video, not pure copy paste, but use that style as a way of, showing respect, but making a point with what you're doing, how would you do that?
The silver bullet solution is to reach out to the person you're imitating or paying homage to, and let them know, hey, I'm doing this, just so you know, I'm not ripping you off. It's just, I get emails like that where folks are hey, I'm going to do a burn video about you, Saberspark, just so you know. And I'm okay, cool, do your thing. Or I had this one person hey, can I put your videos up on my website? And I'm source me, but that's fine. So that helps to email them.
I also think it depends too on what exactly the format is, because there are formats out there that are just generic. Because I've had a lot of people come to me in the fandom saying, hey, so I wanted to do my own React series. Is that okay? And I'm
Fine, brother.
I'm not gonna say no. First off, I've encouraged it from Fine Brothers. But I've encouraged it. People doing their own reaction videos. But at the same time, reaction videos have been around for probably since the first camera was made. And, you know.
Thomas Edison here, reacting to the cotton.
No, he did unboxing videos. But yeah, so.
Elephant videos.
Lightbox videos.
Because, yeah, depending on how tight the format is, like, you know, like, for me, the Bronies React, the first one we ever did was a parody to Teens React. And then it obviously, kind of going back to the format that you fall into, it evolved into its own thing over time. And yeah, so, yeah, but like Saber said, if it is something that's going to be pretty tight and close to a specific person, it doesn't hurt to hit them up.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hey. Remember me? Coolest?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to go serious with you. I got one quick one for Saber and one serious quick one for Ace.
Okay.
So for Saber, have you heard, since you are a professional at making these crappy movies, TV shows, and whatever, I'm going to hit you up with one. Have you heard of Auto Be Good?
Auto Be Good?
Auto Be Good.
Never heard of it.
It was a 90s to like early 2000s animated TV series that supposedly was a ripoff on Cars. My grandparents bought a DVD, and it features like the animation is it is like an incredibly like pudding style. It kind of, they move, the cars like move instead and stuff like that. And yeah, you should check it out. So.
Oh Lord, that looks bad.
They look like the Chevron cars.
Yeah, they got their big old headlight. Ew.
Yeah, I actually remember watching some episodes, and yeah.
All right, Auto Be Good. I'll look into this.
Good. Maybe you can get me.
It's got a 7.6 on IMDb and a 5.5 on what is that?
Jelly Telly?
What the heck is Jelly Telly?
Oh, it's a PBS thing.
Oh, it's for babies. Though to be fair, I love Arthur. All right, I'll look into it.
So for ACRacebest, now with the quality of your channel and with the fading of the fandom, do you think that you'll continue the Bronies React and Any Pony content? And if you don't, then do you have like any advice for people actually trying to immortalize that? And if somebody's like really struggling, do you think there's a chance that somebody who actually really loves this says, hey, well, your channel is big. I've been struggling for the past like 4 years. I've been trying to do something. Do you think it's possible to actually get a viral hit just through pony stuff again?
So, first off, on the fading of the fandom, I'll hit that up first. First off, has the fandom gotten smaller since 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. A little bit. But I do love you guys that were like, no. But here's where I say yes. Here's the reason I say yes.
Never.
I'm not necessarily saying in quantity, but let's say in excitement, in the loudness of the fandom. And that's so as far as like the internet presence, you know, when we all got going with this stuff,
people were annoyed.
Because it was everywhere, and it was a bandwagon thing for a number of people that were just like, all right, what's this, let's get involved. The thing is that this fandom isn't going anywhere. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yes!
This fandom, I mean, look around this weekend, guys. You know,
I plan to immortalize it!
All I'm saying is that what drives me to make the Bronies React and continue to make the Bronies React is when I ask a question like, would you guys like me to continue Bronies React?
Yeah!
There you go. So, I mean, it's, again, I of course, have loved this fandom ever since I got into it. Yeah, Bronycon may be going away after this weekend. As I keep telling everybody, guys, there are still a lot of fantastic pony conventions here in the U.S. I know there's also ones overseas. Hit them up. Give them a shot. Going to the conventions that are still out there are what will keep the conventions going. And that is what's going to keep all this, you know, being able to meet each other, see each other, and see that, you know what, this fandom's still going strong. So
I hope you never leave it. And I hope.
Trust me, he's not.
I hope Saberspark never leaves it.
When
but
he likes
Saberspark-
something, he sticks with it.
He's like the remnant of a dying Rescue Rangers fandom.
Dying? That show ended in like the early 90s.
Yeah,
How is it dying now?
He's like 10 people left, and Rachel's like, we're staying.
No, it's gonna be resurrected with DuckTales.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to get through everybody. We got about like 7 minutes left, so let's keep it moving. Hello.
All right, so I know this is the How to YouTube channel or panel. Wow. But two of you have Twitch channels.
Yes.
And I was wondering how much crossover there is between those two, your YouTube and your Twitch, and how much you would want of it.
So there's not a lot, really. Because mainly, like in Twitch, it's just playing video games and all that, not just chatting with people on the Twitch. But it's just more like a live feed type thing.
Yeah, Twitch for me is just being able. There's another venue for me to interact with my viewers. Because on YouTube, it's kind of like I don't really do comments, and Twitter's nice though. But Twitch, yeah, stream games, chat. It's another layer to it all.
Yeah,
it's not too much crossover.
And thank you. Hello.
Hi. My question is, when you like have an idea for a video, what comes into your head? Like, how do you think of that video?
Sometimes just random inspiration. So sometimes it just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, "Oh my god, that's good!" Write it down.
Yeah, that's why I keep it Google Documents of like all the video ideas.
So
that I
many of
wanna
my
do.
early video projects were me sitting in class like this. And write it down.
Yeah.
If you get an idea, write it down because you will forget it.
Absolutely. Write it down. So.
But yeah, they're random. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it happens. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good.
All right.
Oh, nice shirt. I got the same one.
Hell yeah.
Same shirt.
Just bought it yesterday. So I have more of a communications question towards overall you, since y'all work together with Bronies React. So what's the main process that you use when you're actually sort of updating each other with your progress when you're working on the project as a whole, like say for the next Bronies React video? So I know I'm assuming y'all use Discord or some sort of other chat program, but there's also task tracking software out there.
So what I do it per the individual. Some people I keep in contact through DMs on Twitter. Some people I talk to on a regular basis. Discord for some. I'll call
Skype
up Gabe
for others.
And be like, where's your footage? And he's like, I'm jumping out of a plane right now. And it's like, okay. But yeah, I do it per the individual. And then since I'm the central point of that project, it's up to me to just kind of see where everyone is and remind everybody, all right, here's when I'm hoping to get footage by and all that. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, just keeping tabs on everything. So.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
My question is a rather simple one. In all your vast knowledge, what is the best company to work with in terms of YouTube copyright, and what is the worst?
Funny enough, the worst one for me will always be like the super small companies.
Yeah.
That take it personally. Because I've gotten 2 strikes on my channel before, and they've all come from very small studios who are like, hey, I don't like you talking about our stuff. Copyright takedown. Because I'm okay with getting claims when it's like, we're demonetized. I go, okay, that's fine. A copyright strike is personal. Get 3 of those, your channel's out. So Disney, again, surprisingly chilled out. They don't really care. As whenever I do any Disney-related videos, or Pixar for that matter, it's like, oh, I'll be fine. I probably won't have much copyright nonsense to deal with, and if I do, I can mess with it. Versus the small companies, they're sleepers, because they usually don't get you until later with a manual review. Versus something like Viacom, which is like, no, you cannot upload our stuff, or at least not monetize. We're getting your money.
Small companies and Viacom, no. Bigger companies, yes.
Funny enough, yeah. I think the bigger companies, like some of them can be
Yeah, and even then they'll just get them a lot later after the video's already gotten its views.
So you get your money most likely.
Because I've gotten some from like Universal and Paramount, but they're like,
we want your 15
They're either like months or like years after I've uploaded the video.
Yeah, I got a claim from Seal on some unlisted video with Kiss by a Rose. I'm like, it's got like 7 views. I'm like, okay, you can have the money, I guess. All right, thank you.
Yes.
All right.
All right, we got about 4 minutes left. All right. Hello.
And we'll just mention that the Q&A line is closed, so.
Yes.
Hello.
I have a question. So, if you're trying to make a living on YouTube, is it possible to make a living and then have enough to like get game consoles or art supplies?
So wait,
Yes.
I gotta ask first. How old are you?
I am 11.
Already worrying about that career right now.
I imagine, do a lot of your like friends want to be internet people when they grow up?
Well, a lot of us want to do it for hobbies and at least for a little while.
That's cool. Time's changing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whenever like back in like 2011, I got like a big check for like, it was like one of my first big checks for like $500. And I was like, whoa, I could buy an Xbox. And yeah, I mean, like, again, like I don't want to get your hopes up because it's tough, but it can be done. And you can.
And some months are a lot better than others.
Some months, later in the years will always be better. But to answer your question, if you keep it up, you might be able to buy a house with that money. So who knows?
You never know.
It's all up to you and how far you want to go with it.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck. Future YouTube viral star.
Hello.
My question is for Race.
Okay.
When the Dr. Phil thing.
Oh, you mean Steve Harvey?
Whatever. I don't know what he's name is.
Dr.
Anyway.
Phil's cool too.
Anyway.
What is wrong with you?
Okay. How awkward was that?
How awkward?
Yeah, and how did you get into that? How'd you get onto there in the first place?
They literally looked up a video on YouTube from like 2013 of top 10 bronies in the brony fandom, and they're like, all right,
coming at number
we're
9.
gonna go down this list because Gabe Black Griffin was contacted also. I'll make this quick, but essentially they contacted us just through Twitter, and they ended up wanting me on, and I showed up. And the most awkward thing about it is that like whenever I'm working with a crowd, it's like, you know, I always tell people when they're afraid to get in front of an audience, I say they're not against you. They're here for you. They want to see what you're gonna do. Except at the Steve Harvey show. I cracked a few jokes and everyone just was like, and I was like, whoa. So it was, as far as awkward, that's what it was. For anyone that doesn't know, I was on the Steve Harvey show on a segment called Is It Weird as a brony. And I took it upon myself to do it because I was like, nope, I can do this. Let's do it. And I think we got Steve Harvey to watch the show, guys.
Cool.
So, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Lightning round. We have to be really fast. Fire away.
All right, I got a couple of questions.
Only one.
Okay. For ACRacebest.
Hi.
How do I get myself into Bronies React?
Make content. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Make an impact.
You got it.
All right.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The YouTube channel I'm wanting to create is going to be something that would be a daily thing.
Okay.
How far in advance should you film to?
Comes down to you, honestly, because you're the best one to know your own schedule and limitations and resources. So I'd suggest you doing some practice rounds, test rounds, get a feel for it, and see what you feel comfortable with. If you're going for daily stuff, you might want to find team members for editors and whatnot, because it's hard to do daily stuff on your own.
Yeah.
I know some folks who do. But it's one of those things where if you expect super high quality daily, that's going to burn you out. If it's like, hey, I'm in front of my camera talking about stuff daily, that's a bit more low maintenance. You can manage that. But ultimately, you have to feel it out for yourself and see what works.
And what editing software would you suggest?
So, Vegas Pro is really good. There's something called the Humble Bundle. Occasionally, they'll bundle Vegas Pro for like $20. So
yeah, it's usually at the end of the year when they do that.
Subscribe to the Humble Bundle and keep your eyes open for their promotions and get Vegas Pro. It's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Last question.
Hey, so my question's not really much of a question as it is a recommendation for Saberspark.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you've heard of this already, but there's a movie that I used to watch back then that was like a bunch of cats living in France, and It's called Aristocats.
Yes, I know Aristocats.
Yeah, I love that movie so much that I wanted you to review it.
I'm going to review that in the future.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you guys for coming to Bronycon. That was the last panel, guys. It's time for closing ceremonies.
Thank you all so much.